Who I wanted to become. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am alcoholic. Today, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. I wanted to share my appreciation for your patience over the last couple weeks. It's been incredibly busy for me. It's been really difficult for me to find time to sit down and write out my monologues and then share them with you here with video anyway on the morning monologues. And so I always like to say we get clean and sober to start dealing and coping and handling those responsibilities that we would always ignore. Well, we get clean and sober to start dealing with those, and that's been the case for me. I'm not making excuses, but by all means, I know I need to get better. I'm going to continue to try to do better. We focus on progress, not perfection. I got sober. I didn't get perfect. So nonetheless, I appreciate your patience, and I'm going to continue to try to do better as far as frequency of delivering these morning monologues. One of the things that shocked me, I was in a meeting earlier this week, and one of the things that shocked me about coming into the rooms of recovery, coming into my specific program, the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, that I was told, keep in mind, I came into the program thinking, okay, well, I've got a problem drinking. I got a drinking problem. I can't control my drinking. I've tried everything to quit drinking. I thought that was my problem. And I was really shocked whenever I realized that AA, the program I worked, was telling me that my drinking was not the problem. That was really profound to me because, again, I came in thinking my drinking was the problem, and it wasn't, according to AA. And lo and behold, once I started working my program, got with a qualified sponsor, started working through my steps, I realized it was the truth. My drinking wasn't a problem, it was a symptom. And the real problem was how I thought of myself, the type of person I had allowed myself to become. I've said this a million times. When I came into the rooms, by the time I came into the rooms, I had hated the person that I had allowed myself to become. See, I wanted to become this good person way over here. And over the course of millennia, according to some, I ended up not being over here, but rather over here. And I hated the fact that I'd allowed myself to become this person over here when I wanted to be this person over here. And so I saw this gap, this huge gap between where I was actually at versus where I wanted to be at. And I was angry at myself. That gap created this anger and this hatred. It was my fault. I knew it was my fault. Granted, I wanted to blame everybody else. I wanted to cast blame and responsibility off on other people. But truth be told, I knew it was my fault. There was a huge gap between where I was at versus where I wanted to be. And thinking over here that this person I wanted to be over here was this great person. Well, since I saw the disparity between the 2 points, I said, well, shit, I can't be this person over here. There's no way in hell. It's too big of a gap to bridge. At least try to end up somewhere in the middle and be normal. Well, hell, I couldn't even be normal. And that just grew that frustration and that anger towards myself. That grew that hatred, I think that's the most accurate word, towards myself. I hated the person I'd allowed myself to become. And on top of that, I hated that person that I was. I hated not only the fact that I allowed myself to become that person, but I hated the person I was in the first place. And I didn't think I was ever going to be able to get normal, much less becoming the person that I wanted to become. And I learned something over the course of my recovery. It wasn't about becoming who I wanted to become. It wasn't about becoming normal or semi-normal. It wasn't about becoming anything at all other than the person that my higher power wanted me to become. See, the trick to all this is we want to be, and Bill Wilson calls this out very, very succinctly inside of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. He says that, our real purpose is to be of maximum service to God and to our fellow, our fellow man, if you will. That's our real purpose. And throughout the course of my recovery, I realized I didn't need to be this person over here that I thought was really good. I didn't need to be this person I thought was normal. And I sure as hell didn't need to be this person that I was. All I needed to be, or to become anyway, was the person that was going to be of maximum service to God and to my fellow man. To become the person that my higher power could utilize in such a way to help other people. That was what I ultimately wanted to become. And today, I'm not perfect by any means, but I will tell you this: I have tried to allow myself to become that person that helps uplift and inspire other people. And I'm fortunate that I've been given the abilities to do that for the rest of my life. So with that being said, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more grateful. We'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.